Came here to say who won it from the jump. Came to get exactly what you want. Came here to say that you don't really want it with us. Yeah, we live, you know. We came here to say that you don't really want it with us. Yeah, the sports show.
Yerrr.
Yerrr.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of the Yerrr Sports Show, episode 170. I'm your host, Big Baby, a.k.a. the Wise Brother, a.k.a. the soul of R&B. And to my right, as always, my right-hand woman, the queen, a.k.a. 100K Tay. What's going on, sis?
Bow, 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 bow.
Coming off a magical episode of Tavia's Tea Time. If you have not watched that episode, you definitely should. We definitely spit some facts. Might have made some people mad, but guess what? My address hasn't changed in like 12 years, so
right?
Like, oh man. Definitely we have to have more tea times. And you know what you should do? You do it like how you did the very, very first time, and have your homegirls on and just go crazy.
That was such a good conversation, you know. And my girls, they have such, you know, what I have always been blessed to have is really, really dope friends. Like y'all, like the reason why this stuff works is because we genuinely care for each other and we genuinely want to see each other win. And having people in your corner that also do dope ass things, you get what I'm saying? Like, I never saw it as competition. I always see it as, if you win, I'm winning. If you losing, I lose twice.
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying? So I'm really grateful for the group of people that I have in my life. And most of the people, like you guys, like we've been in each other's lives now for 5 years.
Yeah, a little bit longer. We've been in each other's lives like for longer. We've been doing this. We've been like
doing this for 5 years. For 5 years, but at least about 7. I joined the fold about like 7 years ago, getting into the groups and, you know, having a mutual friend, seeing each other at different events and stuff like that. But, you know, what I do appreciate about the Tea Time programming is that it allows us to talk about really real things and give really real opinions about our lives and stuff like that. And I think we always say that things are bigger than sports. And I think the magic behind the show is that, you know, we could talk about pop culture. We could talk about life, relationships, sex, whatever the case may be. You get what I'm saying? And we've been through the ringer with certain things while we were recording. You know, look at like if you go back, like I've been doing a lot of like reflecting on our first few episodes, like when we were first starting to record and where life was then, and even the world was completely different then. We were just getting ready to do it.
Bro, we got kicked off right before the world got shut down.
Yes, right before. And, you know, now when we're going into, you know, long-term relationships breaking up, marriages breaking up, engagements breaking up. You get what I'm saying? Surviving cancer, family deaths. Family deaths. It's been a journey so far. And then one thing about life, one thing life is going to do, life is going to test.
Sure.
Life is going to test.
Life is definitely going to test. But it's crazy because I saw a post the other day, and I meant to post it, but I posted it on Snapchat like 5 years ago around this time. We were like, oh yeah, Yerr's coming. January 13th makes 5 years of Yerrr, literally 5 years of Yerrr. If people only knew this stuff, like how many times this was about to not make it to 5 years, is crazy. And it's not. It's a group effort.
Yes,
it's a group effort. Like it's a group effort. Everybody it plays their role. Everybody plays their part. It's a basketball. It's a basketball team. It's a football team. It's a team.
It is a team. It is a team.
Yeah.
And the thing that the magic behind the show and what keeps us going is that we genuinely want to do it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? We may have moments when we don't want to come.
Yeah.
But the overall thing is that we still want to record with each other. We haven't got mad with each other in a long time.
Nah, we have not. Oh my gosh, because
the peace has been piecing for the past year.
Yeah, it has been, and I think like we've really bought in more and more to the it's literally bigger than sports here, because at the end of the day we got each other. Like I'm not to brag or anything like that, but we're under the Driver Chance Network, but we've seen shows come and go for that very reason, because either people not getting along or again, egos, not to break down the walls or anything that people probably don't even know already. But it's been more of a we've been as consistent as the sister show, and whether we've taken stops or not, we're almost at 200 episodes. Like
that's impressive.
Most podcasts don't make it past 5 to 10.
Yeah. And we've done it, and we keep doing it, and the beats go on and on and on and on.
I looked at the Spotify rap, and I'm going to send it to y'all. Like our numbers go up every year. It maybe it's small and incremental, but they go up. They still go up. So shout out to you guys, especially I say you Matt and Pete. You guys make it easy.
Yeah.
You guys make it easy for me to lead and be like, okay, cool.
For sure. And one thing we just want each other to win. Absolutely. We support each other in our outside ventures. We support each other in our inside ventures. So, you guys, I see you. We're family. It's not even. Yeah. It stopped being about a show a very long time ago.
Very long time ago. After I'm going to say once you found out about you having cancer. That was that changed everything, and it changed it. Honestly, it changed everything for the better, because everybody, got more tighter, banded together, because it became us versus the world. It still is us versus the world.
Us versus the world. It's like, as long as I got my brothers behind me, I don't give a fuck who.
Yeah, like, I got my sister behind me.
About that.
Oh, like, yeah.
Oh well, if one thing I know we're gonna show up for each other, and that's what I just got Pete's wedding invitation.
Oh yeah, we about to go crazy.
So I'm like thinking about that weekend. I'm going probably gonna be going from Vegas to Jersey, back to Vegas, because I have events. So I'm gonna get booked on some events. So I have.
Man, that was a wild weekend. The book of
I'm already in talks to do 2 things out there that weekend. So I'm like, you know what? I can't not show up for Pete.
Yeah.
So whatever I got to do, so I was mapping it out of my brain. So I'm like, you know what? Thursday, I'm gonna fly to Vegas on Wednesday. Do what I got to do for Thursday. Come back early Friday morning. Go to his wedding. Take a red eye from his wedding back to Vegas for Saturday and Sunday events.
At that point, you will always have every right in your mind. If you felt like flipping out on him, you will always have a right to do it. Like it's over. It's over after that.
It's over after that. You better, your first child's middle name better have a T or a Via or a Regina, somewhere near that.
You have to name. It has to be. It has to be.
Because the older I get, the more. Let me tell you something. After not being home so much for the past few years, I am relishing every moment I get to be home. It
Yeah.
feels weird. And y'all know I don't know why I've been so outside, not just outside as far as dating, but like I've been every
Outside. You've been,
I've just been outside for like 4 years. It's a legendary run. Auntie is tired.
You on your Hall of Fame run right now. Your gold jacket is waiting for you to sit down.
I think
for sure.
these are my championship rounds. I feel like right now, I feel like you have not seen anything yet.
I feel the same way about my life, especially when January happened, when I had the procedure done, and throughout this year, like I've been involved in some stuff for the past a couple years, but now this year just felt like, hey, now my foot is in the door, and now I'm able to be outside more, network a lot more.
Yes,
and do like, hey, this is that, like. It's like, God damn. And then next year coming up, 2025 is going to be a crazy year for I think everybody involved, not just Pete getting married. I think our own business ventures, not even close, not even just related to Yerrr, but just outside of Yerrr and everything like that. Don't worry, 2025 guys, we will have guests back on. We got everything back in order.
Yeah, because let me tell you, I'm going to tell you, 2024 has been trash.
Oh yeah.
On different levels. It has been, to me, the most difficult year I've had. This is worse for me than the year I had cancer. And you would think the year I had cancer would have been the worst. Yeah. But because for people who haven't been following, diagnosed with cancer, got a hell of a job offer. Mm-hmm. Diagnosed with cancer 3 weeks later. Mm-hmm. Fought that expeditiously and
came back.
And then went through a massive breakup of a 6-year relationship 3 days after my double mastectomy. And then my aunt, who was like my sister, died 2 days after I came out the hospital. And then my life changed completely right after that. So there was something to look forward to. There was a new level that I was stepping into. This year, everything was stripped. I had to really address things. I turned 40. It's a milestone year. Still addressing things with my health. Addressing things my parents have not been doing so well. My daughter's getting ready to go to college in less than 2 years.
Oh my God. Oh.
And when we started this podcast, she was like in the 6th grade. You get what I'm saying? And then just addressing things, decisions, stuff, and trying to wrap my head around, I was T from this place for so long that I lost Tay. And even looking back at some of the episodes over the past couple of years, Tay was not there anymore. It was T. That. And now I'm learning to re-embrace me.
As you should.
I do. Yeah, that's all I can do. Stand tall, stand proud, love myself, and love on those who love on me.
Absolutely.
And that's it. My best friends and I, we're getting together in 2 weeks to go over our goal setting for the year. And, I'm just sitting here like, look, this year you're going to see me at my most delusional.
Hey, I love it.
Let's go. Let's rock. And
December 28th, we back in the studio. I'm booking it.
Yeah, we got to do it.
Back in the studio. It might not be live, but the first of the year. If it's not live, the first of the year, that December 28th episode is going to drop. So.
Yeah, we gotta go in the studio.
Yep.
And I really want us to reflect on this shit that we said last year.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm definitely gonna. Yep. pull it up. Oh my gosh, I was getting ready. Yo, remember we went to eat and all I could eat was the damn eggs.
I felt so bad. I felt so bad.
Oh man, that's gonna
I felt
be
so bad. But we need to celebrate. We need to celebrate. Like we need to go. We need to do it. Like I wish we could do things in the studio more often, but schedules be scheduling.
Yeah, schedule will be scheduling, but we dedicated ourselves after episode 160 saying that we have to be more consistent. We've said consistency forever, but this year I feel like we've nailed it down a bit. Like
hell yeah.
Yeah, we nailed it down a bit, and there's still more stuff. There's still more stuff to do. Your sports show is going to turn not into just one show, but it's going to be a network. It's not going to just be one show. 2025, you will see more things
coming from us, and I think we're more Breakfast Club than just sports.
Oh yeah, we've been more Breakfast Club. We just haven't embraced it all the way completely yet.
We haven't because people like don't talk about sports. Yeah, but bitch, we talk about
Listen, it's fine. Like we're gonna get to the sports. Like y'all
gonna get there.
We're gonna get there.
Okay, it's like okay, Kente, like chill, like you give a shit about sports like that.
Right. Listen, I say this, right? If y'all really care about sports that much, which I know people do, just stay tuned for the rest of the year when there are spot shows about sports. There are things that should have been put out at least 2 years ago that have not been out yet, ideas have not been put on paper, but trust me.
Yeah, you let the lioness off of a leash.
Oh yeah, it's over now. It's over.
Period. But, so there's no holds barred.
Oh, none whatsoever.
None whatsoever. I just want to say, this is the last bit of Tavia's tea for the day.
Okay.
Always trust your instincts and your gut. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Every time you don't trust your gut and your instincts, you will lose every single time. We heard about the unfortunate assassination of the CEO of United Healthcare.
Yep.
What a lot of people don't know is that my gym is right around the corner, and I park my car right there every single day. That morning, I woke up later than usual, right? And I decided to not drive into the city.
Right.
Something told me, park your car in Brooklyn and take the train. I parked my car in Brooklyn and took the train. Do you know that where he was unfortunately assassinated, I stepped on that same place at that same time 4 days a week. Now, knowing that it was targeted, and our thoughts and prayers and love goes to the families affected. And, as usual, the internet remains undefeated. All them jokes and all the stuff, like y'all showed y'all natural asses. Oh, motherfuckers talking about deductible. But when your gut, even if it hangs over just a little bit, if your gut is telling you to not do something or to do something, follow your gut. Because Lord only knows the trauma that would have ensued had I witnessed that. Right.
God forbid if we returned and looked at you, God forbid.
You never know.
Right. You never know what type of time people are on. So listen, I've said this too before, like when I'm late to certain things, there's always a reason. And then I find out the reason later on, like, oh, such and such happened. I see why I was late. I see why I woke up late.
That's right.
So, like I said, everybody get you your places on time and get to your places safe. And it's most important that you get to where you need to go safe, especially as the holidays come around. There are a lot of people going through a lot of things, and you don't know what type of time people are on in these streets. People, please be street smart. People, be aware of your surroundings. And if you have a gut feeling, like Queen just said, follow your gut. Don't Don't try to be a superhero. Follow
Every
your gut.
every time I don't follow my first mind, I pay for it.
Yeah, I felt
So
that.
follow your gut. So let's get into our little today's topics.
Hey, your man, your man, Russell Wilson, turning back the clock a bit, had his best game, his second best game ever the other week.
The Steelers look really good.
Oh, man, like they do.
Not divisional round playoff good.
Not 11-0, not like good like when they were 11-0 and then fumbled the bag.
They look better than
alright.
that team, though. They look
They
better
do.
than that 11-0 team. I would say that.
Mhm.
But what I would say about the Steelers is that they have a phenomenal coach. They have a really seasoned veteran quarterback, Super Bowl winning veteran quarterback, who is in the right system with the right pieces. And not only that, they have a hell of a backup quarterback, too.
Mm-hmm.
So the Steelers have a squad.
They do.
They remind me of the Titans a few years ago. That upset Titans team. I think they upset the damn.
Was it
Was
the
it the
Bills?
Texans?
It might have been the Texans when Deshaun Watson was over there.
Yes.
That's
I want to say
yes, yeah.
It was the Texans. And they were the huge underdog. Depending on seeding
Mhm.
and depending on who they play, they may have a significant chance of passing like a wild card.
Yeah.
Tomlin gets scary when he gets to the playoffs.
Yeah. He knows how to win.
He knows how to win. He knows how to win. And now for me, it feels like people were really shitting on Russell Wilson for years. And I believe that a lot of that criticism was unwarranted. One good season for an old quarterback. You don't really know are the expectations too low?
Yeah.
But he's been playing phenomenal. I think he's been playing some of his best football. We haven't seen this level of Russell Wilson since maybe 2018.
Yeah, his last few hurrahs, in Seattle, like he's still doing something. Like Russell Wilson is gonna hold on to the ball too long. That's him, right?
That's
but
him.
He's not turning the ball over. The Steelers have both Steelers quarterbacks, Fields and Russell Wilson, have a sack problem, but that can be fixed. That's more on them more than the offensive line. That can be fixed. I feel like Russell Wilson is having, his stellar guy, his groove back year. And the thing about Mike Tomlin, as we said, Mike Tomlin knows how to win, but will he be able to win in that AFC? Because there are some juggernauts in the AFC.
Right, but
and the Bills do it to us every year, which is why we haven't really spoke about them. We've left Josh Allen where he was at because all he gonna do is get the playoffs and disappoint us, so we left it alone. Me and you been on the Josh Allen train for a minute, and every time we get excited about Josh Allen, he just
Let me tell you something. I still feel this way.
Mm-hmm.
I do not see the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl this year. I'm sorry. I still don't feel. I don't know if I don't feel like they were battle tested enough this season.
No,
some of those wins were ugly. I'm going to be honest with you. Some of those wins were shaky. You get what I'm saying? Yes. Some of those wins were shaky. And let me tell you something. I would not be surprised if the Chiefs win the Super Bowl again this year. But you have the NFC. There are, to me, 4 teams that could take it all this year.
Yep.
That's the Chiefs. That's still the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
Because Josh Allen is playing on a different level. than he's played for the last couple of years. They have been eerily quiet.
MVP.
Yes. Eerily quiet. Mm-hmm. The Ravens are still like, the Ravens got to do or die.
Yeah.
And the Lions. The Lions. Like, people are not scared. I don't think people are as scared of the Lions as they should be.
They're not, because the Lions and the Bills are both like.
Yeah.
Only time you hear about the Lions is when they blow a team out by like 400 points.
They've been beating some impressive teams. I mean, you saw what they did on what I like about the Lions is they're not afraid.
Thanksgiving, I was like, oh, they won on Thanksgiving.
And you know who else is a really good team that nobody's talking about anymore? The Vikings.
The Vikings are a sneaky good.
The Vikings are a sneaky good team. So when you get back to the Steelers, they have their work cut out for them in the AFC.
Hey, the Eagles too, man.
The Eagles are, but you know what? The Eagles do what they do. They get to the stage in the season. You know what I'm saying? They're looking like contenders. And then I don't know what happens in the wild card weekend, but it's as if they lose their nerve. It's like they forget that they're the Eagles and play like the Cowboys.
Oh God, that is true. That is very true.
They forget their identity.
Yeah, the Steelers are an interesting team. They are the team that I'll call the upset special.
They're the upset special of this year.
They can knock.
The
Steelers are the upset special in the AFC, and I think the Commanders will be the upset special if they continue to play well and get into the wild card.
But can I just tell you too that if the Ravens have to go against the Steelers, the Ravens are in trouble.
They have to play them again after their bye week.
Yeah, when I talk like if it comes to them having to face each other in the playoffs, the Ravens are in trouble. The Ravens are in trouble.
And the Ravens always beat themselves.
Yes. It's bonehead stuff. And Lamar Jackson plays hero ball too much for me, too.
Way too much. You
get what I'm saying? It's just, I feel like when it comes to the AFC is more competitive than the NFC. The NFC is clear. You have a 2, maybe 3 pony race in the NFC. If all roads lead to Detroit, the Eagles, and like you said, the Commanders are scary. The Vikings are
Minnesota
scary.
And Minnesota. There are 4. Yeah, there's 4 teams in the NFC that could do it. And then the Packers are also just like you don't want to go into Green Bay anymore either.
No, Jordan Love, and remember, I pulled these stats last year. Yeah. Jordan Love is playing on Aaron Rodgers' level, at Aaron Rodgers' point in his career. The only difference is Love does not have the defensive weapons. You know what I'm saying? Rodgers had Clay Matthews.
Yep.
At different points, he had Aaron Jones.
Donald Driver. No, not Donald Driver. Was that Donald Driver or was that for Brett Favre?
I thought that was Brett Favre.
I thought that was Brett Favre. Yeah. Okay.
But the weapons that Aaron Rodgers had throughout the years, you get what I'm saying? I still feel that when you stack, and I believe that the NFL is a little bit more competitive now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's a little bit
more competitive now.
Way more like when you go back to when Aaron, I mean the Packers won 09 or 10 or something like that.
Whenever
that year you had
before Christ.
You had the only competitive teams really, the Steelers, the Giants, Patriots. and Colts.
Yeah, and it was a weird time in the league, right? Like
and
that.
Jets. Jets were
the
ridiculous.
Jets were in the AFC Championship 2 years in a row. So
yeah,
like,
so those were the teams, right? And then
Mhm.
when you think about it, you know, the Patriots were on their wild dynasty shit. The Steelers won a couple during that time, 1 or 2 or whatever, and then the Giants won their 2. And then after that was like the Seahawks. The Seahawks had their 1 year run, second year fumble. You know, so I believe that Jordan Love, if you had him on a team like the Vikings,
Mhm.
he'd be scary. For sure.
Yeah.
And then now you got bum ass Daniel Jones. Didn't he land with the damn Vikings? Isn't he there?
Yes, he
That's
signed with the
his
Vikings, and the reason why he signed with the Vikings because one of the coordinators is the same coordinator that turned Sam Darnold around, turned a couple quarterbacks around. So I guess his thinking is, well, if he can turn these players around, maybe he could surely help me. And I think it was smart for him to go over there. If he would have went to a team that sucked and he got a chance to play, we would have. Daniel Jones would have showed everybody exactly who he was already.
But I don't think he deserves to get bailed out like that.
Nobody deserved to get bailed out like that when they play bad.
You get what I'm saying? Like I feel like the Giants have fumbled completely, and unfortunately, Daboll is a great coach, and was handed a shitty ass hand. The management there sucks. You get what I'm saying?
They sucked for a long time.
And now you got Saquon out there looking like the LeBron James of football.
Right.
He looked like Blake Griffin jumping over a Buick it's wild to me. And Daniel Jones gets to go to the Vikings. He gets to go to a playoff contending team.
The Vikings are 10-2.
After all that,
the Vikings are 10-2. Like the Vikings are the tied for the second best team in the NFC.
Yeah. Sneaky good. Nobody's not talking about that.
10-2. Like that's like the Commanders kind of slipped off, but we kind of figured that they're 8-5. The Seahawks are leading the NFC West. The Lions, of course, 12-1. Vikings 10-2, and then you got to watch out for them damn Packers who are 9-4. And then the NFC South was just a shit show with the Falcons being 6-6, the Bucks being 6-6, the Saints 4-8, and the Panthers 3-9. So
even the Falcons are all right, Kurt. But these are teams we don't really hear about. Yes, they're at 500, but they've won some impressive games.
Yeah. And if you go to the AFC side, the Chiefs are 11-1, of course. The Bills 10-2, Steelers 9-3, Texans 8-5, Ravens 8-5, Chargers again sneaky good, another sneaky good team 8-4. So the NFL has a chance to see a lot of upsets, and I think we were saying the same thing last year, and some of that stuff kind of came to fruition during the regular season. The playoffs ended how everyone thought it was going to end anyway. But like you look at teams like the Dolphins fall from grace.
Oof.
5-7.
Tua can't stay healthy, man.
Yeah. The Broncos are 8-5. The Broncos are 8-5. Right. The Bengals are 4-8.
That's a big fall from grace. That's a big fall from grace. And you know the sad part about it is we're looking at it as because you have teams that are doing 10-2s and 11-1s and stuff. You're not looking at some of these schedule, like some of these 8-5 teams, you know, 10-4 or 10-3 and stuff. Those teams are often the ones that win the bowl.
We saw a Giants team go 8-8 and win the whole damn thing. So I'm not. Like if we're looking at the playoffs, right? The Chiefs and the Bills have clinched a playoff spot already, right? The Steelers, the Texans, the Chargers, the Ravens, and the Broncos are in the hunt. They're basically in, barring anything crazy. The Colts, the Dolphins, the Bengals, the Browns, the Titans. I don't know how the Jets are still there, but the Jets are all on the bubble, right? And the Patriots, the Jaguars, and the Raiders. That's all the AFC. The AFC playoff picture is still shaping up. The Lions and the NFC, the only team that clinched. The Eagles, the Seahawks, the Falcons, the Vikings, the Packers, and the Commanders are in the hunt. And if you look at it, probably most of these teams are in.
Right.
Most of who I've mentioned
Because
are in.
the Commanders can definitely get a wild card. I think the Eagles are going to win the division.
Absolutely.
They turn up.
If the Eagles mess around and lose the division, then yeah, blow up the whole team, bro. Like, send Saquon someplace else. And on the bubble, the Buccaneers still have a chance to make the playoffs. The Cardinals, who have been good and bad throughout the season, still have a chance. The Rams, with the quarterback I dislike the most, is 6-6. They have a chance. The 49ers, who have been injury riddled the entire season, can still make a wild card.
They are a team of what if, man.
The Cowboys are still just there too.
How?
5-7. The Giants is the only team. The Giants is the only team that's eliminated.
And people be like, "Oh, well, you feel bad about it." No, this is exactly what I expected. I had zero hope for this season.
I listen, when Matt want to get on us about the Giants, we like, yo, we don't care. We didn't pay. We paid a quarterback, yeah, but we didn't pay Aaron Rodgers. Like, we didn't pay Aaron Rodgers.
I don't like, you know what I don't like about Aaron Rodgers is the lack of accountability. And
accountability.
I think what bothers me, I think this is, and I can speak about this freely without Matt rolling his eyes and whatever. In 2020, ESPN, this kicked off our whole show.
Ooh.
I was not, up until that moment, I was a Aaron Rodgers tweener supporter.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, like he's a great quarterback. He's a great quarterback. I'll give him that. In 2020, they tied Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady as the quarterback of the decade. Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers were tied for quarterback of the decade. Ever since that moment, I really had to reflect on why was he quarterback of the decade? You could win. I don't understand how somebody who buries his team all the time gets MVPs.
Mm-hmm.
How are you the most valuable player and you don't understand teamwork? He's toxic to his teams. You saw that press conference I sent you a couple days ago?
I looked at it. I was like, this is pretty on par.
This is pretty on par. This is completely on brand for Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
But then the thing is, like, no one was willing to give Russell Wilson that type of grace in Denver. Aaron Rodgers' run in the Jets this season has been abysmal.
Huh.
Where did Saleh go? Saleh went to who?
Home?
No, he's an assistant coach. So he's a consultant for another team that's doing amazing. Hold on one second.
Yeah, but I have the list. I pulled up the list. It's on the NFL site. Like Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, the quarterbacks of the decade when we started. Frank Gore, Marshawn Lynch, Shady McCoy, Adrian Peterson, the running backs of the decade. Antonio Brown, Larry Fitzgerald, Calvin Johnson, and Julio Jones were the wide receivers of the decade. Darren Sproles with the flex. Gronk, Travis Kelce with the tight ends. Like, this was a solid list at one point.
They lost me when they said Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady, not Peyton Manning.
I was sure it was going to be Peyton. I was so sure.
You get what I'm saying? So when you are now quarterback of the decade,
mm-hmm.
you're tying this man with Tom Brady. So you're putting him head and shoulders above Roethlisberger.
Mm-hmm.
You're above Manning. You put Aaron Rodgers with Tom Brady above Russell. We're going back to all the quarterbacks who won Super Bowls that decade, right?
Yep.
You had Eli Manning. You had, which is fine. You had Russell Wilson, which is also fine. You had Peyton Manning, won a damn Super Bowl. But you put him with Tom Brady. And what has Aaron Rodgers done since that list came out?
Nothing. You got it. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm lying.
2 MVPs?
2 MVPs.
Why? Off of namesake? To justify why you made him quarterback of the decade? Like, make him at some point. And the thing is, it's not his fault.
No.
It is not his fault. He is showing us who he is. And he is a geriatric quarterback. So it's on the Jets for building their future around the past. Now, with an ego like that,
mm-hmm.
how can he build up the younger quarterback? At that point, you are there as a corner piece to teach. But they hedged their bets on an aging quarterback that came off a devastating injury last year.
He only did what Brett Favre did to him when it came to training the next generation of quarterbacks. I don't blame him completely for not wanting to raise up Jordan Love. My thing is always been is you have to pay it forward. I've said this before. It's like at work. When I first started, there was a certain amount of people who didn't really want to help. They just wanted to do what they do, right? But then I had someone who helped. And then I said, I'm going to pay it forward. When people come in, they will get the help that I didn't get. I would assume that Aaron Rodgers, again, one of the best quarterbacks in his time, comparable to a lot of the great quarterbacks in that time. He's not above Tom Brady. If you're going to go skill, okay, cool, Aaron Rodgers. But
can you?
Hey,
all that debate, let me tell you something too. All that debate between Brady and this person and that, you lost that debate when he won with the Bucs. Same thing with even with Peyton Manning, that Broncos win was ugly. He did nothing. But when it's all said and done, he was able to win with the Broncos.
Mm-hmm. Hey.
You get what I'm saying?
I give it to him.
Once you start being an agent, and Tom Brady was like 55 years old in quarterback years.
Yeah, damn near real life.
Yeah. So honestly, you cannot put them in the. You know where Aaron Rodgers, the echelon where he's in? He's in the echelon with Ben Roethlisberger. He's in the echelon with Eli Manning. He's in the echelon with Russell Wilson. He is in that tier of quarterbacks. Great quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. But Tom Brady is Joe Montana quarterback. You can't do that anymore.
No, you can't. And again, this is not on boo-boo on Aaron Rodgers fest, because I know that's what it's going to come off of. Like, it's like Aaron Rodgers has had so much it's so much talk about Aaron Rodgers and his greatness has shown, but it hasn't shown enough to warrant the love
Praise.
that he gets, the love that he gets from a lot of people. And yeah, sometimes we can be a little bit hard on him, but we've seen Aaron Rodgers do some amazing shit.
Yes, 100%, 100%. Ran some amazing plays. So,
Yeah.
and I just
had
want
some amazing seasons where he should have won MVP in time at certain times and didn't win it.
Yes, 100%. But what I want to say is that there is a time in the season.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And there is a way to go out with grace. And I don't believe that what is angering me about the whole thing is the lack of grace that he is showing on his way out. His best years are behind him. You get what I'm saying? And that's no fault of his own. If you want to blame anything, if you want to blame anybody for this, you blame the Jets.
Absolutely.
But then do you? Because if you have a chance to get Aaron Rodgers off of he just won an MVP a couple seasons ago, you take that. You take that risk, right?
You do.
But it has to come with some type of parameters. It has to. Protection.
It does, but it didn't. Now the Jets end up getting Devontae Adams. So let's see how long Devontae Adams stays in New York. The Jets' overall team is pretty much the same, just adding a few new pieces. The Jets should be 11-1 themselves.
I think they should be 9-3.
I think with their world beater defense, 11-1 would have been cool. 9-3 is actually correct. But I think they could have went anywhere between 8-5 and 11-1. Like
100%.
Like they could have been, and they're just not. I don't blame Robert Saleh.
No,
honestly,
he's with the Packers. The moment he went with the Packers and became an offensive consultant, they started winning
more, and they were already good.
They were already good, but they went to another level.
Yeah.
And the problem is for me is that it's the same reason why I wouldn't build a team around a Russell Wilson. It's the same reason why I wouldn't build a team around certain points. It's like, okay, like you said, he did what his career is starting to look like Brett Favre's.
It looks exactly like Brett Favre's.
Yes.
It looks exactly like Brett Favre.
It's not going to hold up. And I'm going to tell you this right now. When it's all said and done, he's not going to hold up to the Bradys and stuff. People are not going to talk. People are on the wrong side of history when it comes to Aaron Rodgers. And we're not talking about politically. We're not talking about, what outside of the field type of stuff. Like
we're not talking about the stuff we joke about on here. We're talking about literally on field.
Right, because people are going to look at, they have rolled out the red carpet for you. They've gotten rid of who you wanted them to get rid of when you wanted to get rid of them, and you still did nothing.
Listen, overall, the Jets are supposed to be way better.
They were supposed to be way better.
And
I wanted them to be way better. I have nothing against the Jets, and I can look at things objectively. You get what I'm saying? And what I don't like, I do not like the lack of account. I think it's the lack of accountability and the delusions of grandeur that are happening in front of us.
I would have loved if the Jets were good this season and the Giants were bad, and because we knew the Giants were going to be bad. I'd loved it. I'd be like, go ahead. Listen, we lost Saquon.
They deserved. This is the season for the moves that they made in the offseason, right? This is exactly the season that the Giants deserve. Mm-hmm. Because of the bullshit that the leadership did in the offseason, they are getting the type of day that they deserve. So I'm sitting there like,
This is the year Matt should have been going crazy on us the whole entire year.
Yeah,
We
but
could have
you
just
know,
sat
you
there and
can't
just
go crazy
yeah.
on people. You can't go crazy on people who are willing to accept and agree
Yeah.
with you. What he gonna say? The Giants suck? Yeah, they suck.
Yeah, we know. We knew they was gonna be bad after we saw that where Saquon went. Yeah, we had no chance. Like they
None.
they let him go to a divisional rival. They didn't
And
let him go like over there to the AFC, which would have been worse.
right. But there's nothing worse than what they did. The only
Yeah, no.
thing worse was if Saquon went to the Cowboys.
And the Cowboys would have been winning.
Yes.
If we went to the Cowboys and the Cowboys would have been doing what they're doing now, yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
that's where you decide to go, bro.
But you know what? Not only did they get rid of Saquon, they could not land a veteran quarterback to steer the ship. So it's like you just went balls deep on this guy who didn't throw a touchdown pass until like what? Week 6?
It like, oh my God. They had college quarterbacks who threw more touchdowns in one game than the Giants threw in the season at that point.
Right. Like, make it make sense. So you
I watched like 2 Giants games this year. I'm not gonna lie to you. I watched the one that you went to and I cut off. And
I left after the third quarter when they intercepted the ball
mm-hmm.
and did a pick 6. I left. I'm not staying in traffic for this.
No.
Imagine. And I think the only game I watched, I think they beat the Seahawks. I think that's the only other. Oh, and when they lost to the Cowboys on Thanksgiving.
When I saw the Cowboys, I was like, this would be the game the Cowboys win. And sure enough, they did. So
one thing the Cowboys know how to do is beat the Giants.
Oh, they sure do. They sure do. One last thing before we go into basketball. I'm gonna ask this question again when we have our full roster on. But out of the 3 teams we mentioned earlier, the Bills, the Ravens, and the Chiefs, you may have slightly answered the question earlier, but who has the chance to make it to the Super Bowl? Not win it, but who out of those 3, who has the best chance to make it?
The Chiefs. The Bills shit the bed every single time. If they didn't shit the bed to the Chiefs, they shit the bed to the damn Bengals. And they made everybody think that the Bengals were something more than a mediocre-ass team. Okay?
Yep.
Now, I'm not falling for the Josh Allen love train again. I'm not doing it. I'm not falling for it. Maybe if I don't fall for it, maybe they'll actually do it.
If the Chiefs and the Bills play in the playoffs, I'm not watching that game. I don't want to watch.
I don't want to watch them go down to the coin toss.
Oh yeah. I don't want none. I don't want. If I see that happen again, I'm gonna crash out for Josh Allen at this point. Like,
and let me tell you something. The Ravens need to get it together.
It's gonna be a rough. Yeah, they do. They do.
They need to get it together. I want it. All right.
Last year too, I wanted.
I've always, you guys know that I've been a Chiefs faithful for the past 5 or 6 years. Once before they even won that first one, I was liking the Mahomes and the Kelseys, and I was here for it. But I don't know if there's something that you guys need to know about me. When a team wins too much, I don't like them anymore. I'm like, wrap this the fuck up.
That's everybody. That's when everybody started hating the damn Patriots. It
was like, again?
But damn, y'all still finding ways to win shit, bro.
Again?
And then I hated the people who was like, yeah, we've been fans of the Patriots forever. No, y'all haven't.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I love the whole young gun Chiefs. Like, they were young, they were fresh, they gave off this urban vibe and stuff, and they have become as conservative as
man. Yeah, this conversation go a whole different way if you really get into that.
It's kind of cringe now.
Their colors match perfectly for anyway. So
it's kind of cringe now. Ain't gonna hold you. So now it's like, remember how my heart grew 3 times in size for Tom Brady? And it's as if I woke up one day and became a Tom Brady fan overnight. I don't know what the hell happened.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's weird.
I went to sleep one day. I was like, why do I hate this man so much? We beat them twice in the Super Bowl. So if honestly, I have no reason to. And I really liked Tom Brady as a Buccaneer. And I'm like, damn, he's just a family man. He don't give no issue. Like, he's not embroiled in anything. I'm like, yo, I like him now. And I was on the right side of history with that. I want the Ravens.
That was all Peter's fault, guys. I just want to let y'all know.
Yeah, I'll never forget that. Peter did it.
Peter did
I feel like the Ravens are the team in the AFC that I want to see in the Super Bowl. I don't think they're the team I'm going to get in the Super Bowl, but they are. I feel like they are like right there. They are always right there, and I'm like, damn. You know, I know it's going to be Chiefs.
You know what the issue is about to be? That loaded up AFC. So if they can get past the first round, which I'm sure they can, their problem is going to be the Chiefs
or the
Bills. If you have to face either one of them, listen, you have to decide what we have to see what Josh Allen and the Bills we're going to get, or if you're going to get a second chance at that same Patrick Mahomes that y'all got last year, which y'all should have beat. If either of those happen,
that was their best choice.
If either of those happen, I can see the Ravens getting there. But again, the Steelers can be their issue.
You know what's so crazy? Every time the Chiefs made it to the Super Bowl, they barely fucking won.
Every time they win the Super Bowl, it's Patrick Mahomes just.
It's a squeak. They won.
It's like, well, here you go. It's time.
They won this Super Bowl in overtime by a field goal.
Yo, when they were like, when people was like, yeah, the 49ers got it. It was the same feeling I got, which I was glad I was wrong. Like when you remember when the Giants played the Patriots sometimes, and people were like so excited that the Giants were up that touchdown and Tom Brady. I was like,
I thought I was gonna give birth. I was 5 months pregnant in 2008. Legit. I was 5. It was I'll never forget. It was a cold ass February. It was my birthday weekend. I was tired.
Mm-hmm.
I was pregnant, and I was sitting there at my in-laws' my ex-in-laws' house, and we were watching it, and they're like, "The game is done. The game is done." I'm like, "No, we're gonna win this. We're gonna win it." And when Brady marched that ball back down, and they went up, I thought I was gonna go. I thought my baby dropped.
It was over. For me, I was like, y'all talking about, yeah, it's over, it's over. Anytime I see two quarterbacks, anytime I see Tom Brady down, or Patrick Mahomes down, and it's the third or fourth quarter, I'm like, all right, well, this is where the game really starts. this is where it really starts.
Because even the first time they went, they were mollywopped by the Buccaneers. It was 31-9. Yeah, they mollywopped them. And then the first time they won, they beat the remember they were down 20-3, 20-10. And then they just scored 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, right? Then the last 3 Super Bowls in a row have all been decided by 3 points. They're a beatable team.
They're so beatable, and people just
can't beat them.
Josh Allen has the key, bro, and Josh Allen keeps fumbling the keys in the door. He get to the door and just be like, Josh Allen.
That one with the coin toss was the worst one.
I felt bad. That one I felt
was
bad
the
for,
bad
but I was 50-50 on that. I felt bad, one, because like, damn, we lost on the coin toss. But two, y'all let Patrick Mahomes march down the field and score. That's on y'all.
That's on
That
y'all.
part is on y'all. The overtime thing, you can't control the coin flip, but now the rule is in place to where that whatever happened can't happen like that no more. So it shouldn't be that. But Josh Allen, you have the keys. Y'all even had a cheat code that year. We was making jokes about it. Y'all could did it.
But y'all didn't do it.
Y'all ain't do it.
Let me tell you something. If in a perfect world for me, it will be Ravens Lions for the Super Bowl.
That'd be beautiful. We would have got the blackest Super Bowl of all time the last year. If we would have got what everybody wanted to get.
Oh, that heartbreaking loss when Detroit lost to San Francisco. I'm not gonna hold you. I was in tears. It was my birthday dinner in Tampa. Everybody was sitting there watching the game, and I'm sitting there. I was so upset. And y'all know I don't drink. I had to drink that night. I felt it in my soul for my boyfriend in my head, Dan Campbell.
Shout out to Dan Campbell. I really hope the Lions come out the NFC this year.
Yeah, I hope the Lions come out the NFC. Like,
I hope the Lions.
I want it to be in a perfect world. It'd be Lions Ravens.
Lions Ravens would be the Super Bowl that everybody wanted. That's the one everybody wanted. I don't know if that's the one everybody wants this year.
No, I mean, I'm just saying this year for me, I will in a perfect world it'd be Lions Ravens.
Yeah,
but we're gonna get Chiefs.
We're gonna get Chiefs and like we're gonna get Chiefs Eagles, bro.
Chiefs Eagles,
and it's gonna come down to the Eagles
Bills Lions. It's either
Bills Lions.
It's either Bills Lions or Chiefs Eagles. I don't see either way.
If it's Chiefs Eagles, we already know what's gonna happen. The Eagles gonna get up. They're like, yeah. Patrick Mahomes gonna look at the referee. The referee gonna look at Patrick Mahomes. Boom. It's gonna be over.
Let me tell you something. I'm scared if the Eagles face the Vikings, though. I gotta be honest. If the Eagles face the Vikings, I'm scared, man. If the Commanders face the Commanders are a squad.
If the Commanders face the Eagles and they play them the same way they played them last time, yeah, be careful.
Be careful. They have a squad. But yeah, let's flip to the NBA.
To the NBA. And it's not too much in the NBA. There's a couple of things we've spoken about. We've asked about this before. But if the NBA, do you think the NBA Cup is actually good for the league? I know you kind of off. I know you kind of like basketball is like because of how it's played now. I understand it. But do you feel like you feel like it's not good for the league? Why is that?
I don't like it. I think it's distracting. I think at the end of the day, all these different cups, like what I feel like just let them play the 82 fucking games. You don't need all these little different things for all these little incentives. Like, just give me basketball back, all these Emirates Cups and all these sponsorships. Like, give that shit to the WNBA, bro. Like, I don't want to see this shit. Just play the game, man. I'm tired of it. This Emirates Cup, and the next is going to be the Delta Cup. Then it's going to be the Cooper Cup. I don't know what it is. I don't like it. It's fucking weird because it put me in a position where I'm like, okay, so the Knicks are second in the cup, but fifth in the division. Like, I don't like doing all that math. It makes no fucking sense. Give me East versus West for the All-Star game. Give me 82 games in the season. All these cups, I don't know. I don't like it. I think it's fucking stupid.
I don't mind the cup. I have no problem with the cup. But one of the issues I do see is that after the NBA Cup, after all this hype and stuff that's going into the cup, it's Christmas. Christmas is the next hypest time. Everybody loves Christmas Day games. After that, it is a slow burn to the All-Star game and an even slower burn to the playoffs, depending on the teams. I think that, yes, it's a nice incentive to get the money, especially for players who are not making as much. But I don't see the long-term vision in the NBA Cup. It feels like hey, you're not going to win the championship, but here you go.
It's so stupid because then you have the Emirates Cup around Christmas. Then you have the All-Star game. Then you have, like, leave me. I'm getting overstimulated just fucking thinking about it. Too much.
I think the All-Star format has to change for sure. But
it's trash. If you want to do an Emirates Cup, do that shit during the off season. Like, I think that's something that's cool for the off season. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want if there's guys who don't get a lot of playing time, who you want to build your bench and stuff like that. If you want to show your commitment to the game, do that shit during the off season. The guys who you know are not going to be in the Olympics, team you at, like the Jalen Brunsons of the world who are top league players, but they're not like he's not like an NBA superstar. He's a New York superstar. Those type of guys, give them this and do it when it matters. This is distracting. It's annoying, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like it at all.
I know.
At all.
I think you do. I think you do it closer to the All-Star game and it culminates at the All-Star game, and do it like that. You don't do it during the summer only because you don't want to take the eyes off the WNBA. Because the WNBA is doing pretty decent numbers the last couple of years, but yeah, I think the Emirates Cup.
But you could put them around WNBA games.
You could, but I think they'll put more emphasis. The NBA is really silly sometimes when it comes to promoting the W. So I think you leave whatever's going on in the summer, let the W have its time, especially now they have 2 expansion teams. You don't want something like the NBA Cup where people be like, you know what? I don't really watch women's basketball anyway. Well, anyway, you're giving me even more reason not to watch women's basketball.
I still think people are going to still watch it at the rate that they're going to watch it regardless. You get what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like during the season, like, it's just, it takes the joy out of it for me. It just does. Like, I'm going to watch on Christmas anyway.
Yeah. I know it ends before Christmas. But still, it ends before Christmas. Way before Christmas. Like, the NBA Cup should be over probably within like a week, actually.
So. Wait, today is the 6th. The semifinals is next Wednesday.
Yeah, and then the finals should be. I don't think it's on Christmas Day unless they push it because last year it wasn't on Christmas. It ended like around now, but
yeah, because hold on.
If the semifinals are if the semis are next week. Tuesday
and then Thursday. It's next Wednesday. Okay. It's the quarterfinals. So it has to end Christmas week.
Near Christmas. Okay, that's
yeah.
All right. Well, now that you say that, I'm kind of like, all right. Well,
yeah, next week is the quarterfinals because you still have 4 games.
Yeah,
you still have 18s. Okay. I mean, it's a single elimination. So if you got 2 games. Even if you got all it's ending Christmas week.
Yeah, this is not. I get it. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It's ending Christmas week because next week is the 11th, and then they gotta play it on the finals, the semifinals, then the finals. So it's ending the week before Christmas. I think it's distracting, and I think we're doing too much math with this shit. It's stupid. I'm sorry, I don't like it. I don't like it. I think it's dumb.
Okay, and the very last thing for basketball, LeBron James, Steph Curry, KD. More so on the LeBron James train on this one. LeBron hasn't looked the best this past 2 weeks. Father Time, you have said this many of times. Father Time is undefeated. LeBron is 40 as of the other day. Next week.
Oh, next 30th.
Yeah, as of before the year is over.
Yeah, he turned because me and him are born the same year. I'm at the beginning. He's at the end.
Yeah.
I think me, him, and Aaron Rodgers are all around the same age. Yeah, we're all around. Aaron Rodgers just turned 41.
Yeah, we only like two of those people. So.
Yeah. But let me tell you something.
Mhm.
Father Time, like the internet,
Mhm.
will not be denied. Father Time comes at a time in every athlete's life to remind them that it's time to reduce the workload. Go softly into the night, kind sir. You've done it all. To me, you're the best of all time. I don't care. I will argue. I will stand on the highest rooftop I could. LeBron James, to me, is the best of all time. You have nothing else to prove. Nothing. Trying to play 82 games as a geriatric NBA player is not conducive.
No.
Now, still playing the way he's playing, he's still competitive in the league. It's just that he's not LeBron James anymore, of old, right?
Yeah.
But I think that his plan to try to play 82 games, I don't think that was wise. I don't think his body is going to allow him to play at that level that he's expecting himself to play.
Mhm.
And I think it's time to start really considering what the next steps are.
I think.
And Father Time came for KD too.
Oh yeah.
But we're
It-
talking about LeBron right now.
right. It's gonna a league without LeBron is definitely going to suck. Not suck in terms of like the game. The game is good, but I think a league without LeBron, like we watch, it's kind of like a league without like that '84 draft. A league a league without Magic and Bird and everything like that. When your primetime superstars leave, and it's like, hey, we're not coming back. And you see them as analysts or just away from the game or coaches, you just got to remember, like, oh my gosh, remember they were just in the league or whatever. So it's a time coming. The time is coming. It's coming rapidly.
No, it's here. It's not coming. It is here. And we're kind of at an impasse. Because
I think he got one more year.
it's here. It is here. It is here. The NBA has done a piss poor job of they have relied on the magic of LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry for way too long. And these men have risen to the occasion time and time again. I know I've been rough on KD over the years. I didn't like that Warriors thing that he did. I didn't like it. You know, I didn't like it, and I still don't like it. But barring that one thing, KD is one of the best of all time too. Yeah. These guys competed at a level astronomically head and tails above the men before them.
Yeah. Strictly on a one-on-one, just head-to-head, absolutely.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You cannot ask them for anything more. They have brought so much life to this league over the past almost 20 years. If you look at 15 to 20 years. Who's next? Wembanyama? They tried to make Giannis the next big thing. It didn't happen. From a branding point of view, the NBA is at an impasse because your superstars are coming out the WNBA.
Your Andrew Reese, your Caitlin Clarks, your Asia Wilsons, like
these are your faces of basketball. Do all you can to protect that. Because
college, when you have Paige come out, when you have what is her name? Juju Watkins, when she comes out, when you have the girl from LSU, like women's basketball is at a point where it's like people are like, hey. It reminds me of when you remember when the W was first around, when you had every team had somebody you knew on it.
Yes. Lisa Leslie with the damn Sparks. You had Cheryl Swoops with the Houston team. You had Rebecca Lobo with the New York team. You get what I'm saying? There was someone there for everyone. And now we're getting to that point. So now the NBA has to make a decision. How much are we going to invest into the future of basketball? Because you have some stars. You do. You have your who? Jason Tatum's. He ain't no LeBron James. What's that young boy that like to play with guns all the time? I'm sorry, guys. I had a brain injury this year.
Ja Morant.
Had the Ja Morants, who look like he's finna be Ja Rule in the next couple of years.
Ja Morant, you have Luka. The NBA's problem is that most of their stars, most of the people that people are looking at as superstars are international.
Yeah.
You've grown the game.
It's good as far as global reach.
Mm-hmm.
It's good as far as when you think about all these weird games being played in Brazil and played. I think I'm not even gonna cancel myself about what I think about.
Yeah, don't do that.
But I these games in Germany and Switzerland and all these places, I'm like,
even the NFL games out there, I'll be like,
I hate them. I gotta wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning to see a dead crowd.
There's so much more to say about that, but yes. Yes.
People who really don't want to be there for real.
Right, they're just there.
They're just there because they don't want to get fined.
Tickets are probably like $2.
$5 US.
For the
come and see Patrick Mahomes. They're like, who? What?
Yes. And no offense to any of our listeners or people who watch us from over there, we just come on, like.
I lived in Brazil before, so I know they don't give a damn about American football.
They don't even like football.
During the time when they were winning the World Cup, and the World Cup was there, and it was a time. No sporting event out here could ever compare to the importance of football, real football, everywhere else. It is a different vibe. And if the U.S. wants to compete with that, they need to invest more into building their superstars. And right now, women's sports are king.
The World Cup and the Olympics are boom. Everything else is after that.
Yeah, everything else is after. And then it's
after that. Yeah, it's a Super Bowl. And you have a mixed bag after that. But that has been episode 170 of the Yerrr Sports Show. Follow us on all social media platforms. Follow myself at the Wise Brother on all socials. Follow the Queen at Tavia Regina on IG. Whether she accepts you or not, that's up to you. That's up to her. So she probably won't, but admire from afar. Don't be weird.
Dude, I'm so crazy on social media. I don't know what it is. Like, I'd be like, I'm going to post more. And then I'd be like, all I see is unhinged memes and videos, and that's what I feel like posting. I don't feel like furthering. I don't know. I feel like a bum. I don't feel like furthering my career. I don't feel like furthering my brand. I feel like if you know me, you have to know me. If you don't know me, you don't have to know me. Like,
listen, shout out to Opus Clip. It's made putting out content so much easier to where I can just like, all right, clip. Everything is clipped. Boom, post it.
I did an interview at a show like about a month ago, and I'm like, did I even want to put it on my page? It was such a good interview, but then I'm like, I wasn't looking at the camera the whole time. I was like the wrong it was like the wrong camera view. Then I get in my head like, of all the things you could have clipped in this interview, why did you clip this one thing and you didn't even finish?
You ain't clip nothing else, but what I wanted you to clip. No, this everything else.
Just everything else. And shout outs to the people who do like to interview me for whatever reason it is. I know I'm a good time. I know that you're gonna get some one-liners and some clips, but geez, I am one person who knows a lot about branding, a lot about PR, who hates being in front of the camera.
Oh, you and me both. I hate being in front of the camera. I'll tell y'all like, nah, y'all can do it. And y'all, meanwhile you like, mm-mm. Get somebody else to do it.
Get somebody else to do it. Get somebody else to do it. I've had opportunities to be on TV, and I'm just like, I can't hide my facial expressions.
Yeah.
I cannot get over how my skin looks. I feel like I look ashy. I promise you, I put some cocoa butter on my skin before I came on here.
She put some cocoa butter on y'all for sure. It's just
been a day. I don't know. Some people don't notice. I am an assistant coach for my daughter's high school's basketball team. We got smacked today by 40 points. I'm proud of my girls because only 5 girls showed up. 1 got injured, and we had to play 5-on-4.
40 points is a lot.
But it was 4-on-5.
You did what you had to do.
Bench. No bench. We had no subs. No subs. It was only 5. It was bad.
Y'all were just playing for the love of the game at that point. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and just making sure, but shout outs to my girls, shout outs to the coaches, shout outs to the team, just to protect my daughter's privacy. I would never say what team it is out loud. But
definitely shout outs to them and shout outs to your daughter. Multi-sport athlete at that too. So
she's not even on a team, she's a team manager. She doesn't want to play basketball because she feels like, it will put her in my shadow. And I respect that. So, I don't force my daughter to do things that she don't want to do. So she's taking on a team manager role, and she likes that. So that's good for her. But you know what? At the end of the day, today, shout out to my girls. You guys did your best, and that's what we can ask for.
I feel your daughter. That's why I didn't get into music, anything like that. Because I didn't want to be. I'm already a junior. I didn't want to do anything related to my senior. Shout outs to my senior, but I wanted to do my own thing. I wanted to be known for my own stuff.
Man, I would dunk on my parents. I would have been like, yo, if my mother played basketball, I'm like, yo, we're doing 1-on-1 right now, and I'm dunking on you. Period.
Oh yeah, I'm dropping my parents off now.
50. Period.
Right now, I'm going to work.
I'm going to work.
I'm going to work.
Like, come get this work.
Yes, and be mad after that.
But don't be mad, be happy because you want your kids to be better than you, right? So, like,
yeah, but just don't pull out the belt after I put belt to ask you.
If my daughter was playing basketball and she dropped 15 or 10 on me, I'm like,
all right,
you got that, young buck. Can't beat me though. But
can't beat me, but you got them little 10 points. Be happy about that.
Yeah, be happy about that.
Brag about that.
Auntie is tired. It is.
Yes, and as am I. So, for the voice of generation, Pete Rosado, for BK Matt.
Pete's never on the show.
For the Queen Tay, it is your boy, Big Baby, signing off. Peace.